Hey guys, today I'm going to be starting war videos back up. So while we're in this blade fight, I'll just give a little bit of introduction to what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be trying to do voiceover for every war, and I'm going to record hopefully all of the war this season, as long as nothing comes up in real life. I can't promise I'll record after that since school will be starting back up, but I'll try my best. And for this blade fight, pretty simple strat, try to avoid his L2, because his L2 can get you in a pretty dangerous loop, and that's just not fun. And I'm just going to play it quite slow, and just chill. And I will be giving time codes for every fight in the description, and I'll mark the more interesting fights with something I haven't decided yet. And enjoy the video. I'll give a little bit of commentary before each fight, explaining the strategy, and anything else I feel that's important to mention. Here's my second fight this war. A 21 Rhulk. Uh, I'm using Rhulk for this fight. The defender has suicides, so it's a very simple strategy. Just bait enough L1s to kill him, and he will die from recoil. And I'm going to throw my L2 near the end of the fight just to get a little bit of healing, because I do have another Rhulk fight. You don't want to really throw L1 because it's just a waste. You either want to save to the L3 for spacing reasons, or you want to throw the L2. I would only save to the L3 if the AI is being really bitchy, but other than that, try and just use the L2 for some free healing, because this is basically just the diversity fight that does a bit of chip damage. Here is our first real interesting fight. I'm using the Power Start 1 and starting in the power phase, along with Mystic Boosts and Mystic Dispersion 4 to make it so I can keep slow up for the whole fights. The main difficulty here is, one, it's a very long fight, especially since my sorcerer is a 5-star. It's going to be a very long fight. So I want to be able to throw a lot of specials to get more armor breaks, and I also want to be able to throw more specials to be able to get slow up all of the time. Because if slow ever falls off, it's going to be really annoying. And the main reason Sorcerer is really good for this in particular is because of her duped ability. Give you some extra ability accuracy, and she's almost never going to fail your abilities. And it's a really nice matchup. I'm also going to block a lot of L1s here. This is mostly just because sometimes she'll get unlucky, and I'd rather not be constantly thinking about the unlucky or lucky and just paying most attention to the fights and trying to ignore all of that bullshit. And just focusing on keeping slow up, of course. That's all for this fight, and yeah. This is a intercept Black Widow Deadly Origin with Sadist. The basic plan for this is, rather than throwing Special 1 in your Doom cycle, I like to throw Lights to prevent Black Widow Deadly Origin from ever throwing her Special 1 and getting evades. You can just normal Doom cycle if you feel more comfortable with that, but I personally think throwing the Lights is a little bit better, just to avoid any evade ever happening. Basic strategy for this Kingpin on Intercept is to just do normal Doom cycles and try to avoid throwing any specials and just keeping the fight in control. Thanks to Mighty Charge taking off his rage debuffs, it's a fairly simple fight. And the other thing I'd like to mention here is I do have Mystic Dispersion up, which allows me to get more power from baiting his heavies. And this is the fight that goes extremely wrong. The basic strategy I was thinking was using an invuln in case things go wrong to tank an L3, because I did watch Iron Patriot's video of taking this fight just before going in, and he definitely had some difficulties, and he's a much better player than me, so I was very worried about this fight. And I'll let you guys see what happens. It's not my best work. And now for my final fight of the war, we have a Hazard Shift Stun Immune Jabari Panther with my new R3 Rhulk. The basic strategy for this fight is you just want to combo and bait the heavy. I'm not going to counter her specials because I don't know the animations to counter them, but it's a very simple fight with Rhulk. Just combo and save the L3 just in case spacing goes wrong. And that will be all for this war. Pretty nice war, went 7-0, and we're winning pretty convincingly right now. So, yeah, good start to the season.